It has never been easier to buy useless junk online, but when TikTok launched its shop feature in 2023, we entered a whole new era. Now you can scroll and shop with just a few clicks. In many cases, you don't even need to enter your payment info. You don't need to compare prices. You don't even need to leave the app. This is predicted to be like the next big thing when it comes to online shopping. And already the platform is threatening the legacy players in the space. But if you look up TikTok shop videos on YouTube or TikTok or whatever, you'll see that the vibe is very familiar to another recently viral platform that we've made content about in the past. So we're just calling it right now. TikTok Shop is the new Temu, and it's arguably way worse. So whenever one of these new platforms comes online, like Temu or Wish.com or now TikTok Shop, there is a predictable flood of content that sort of promotes the service. The first ones I'll call like consumer-focused videos. This is where like creators like myself will go and test or buy all the craziest or cheapest products that you can find on that website. This is like unboxing videos of the past, but it's less about the individual products and more about the volume of products that you can get. Like they're unboxing like dozens or even hundreds of products in a video. The other far less popular video that you'll see about these platforms on YouTube is people telling other people how they can become rich by selling stuff on these platforms. These videos are made by sort of like entrepreneurial guru type people who are usually sellers themselves, supposedly. And this is a crazy world that we are actually going to get into later in the video because it is actually an aspect of TikTok Shop that is fundamentally different from the other platforms in the past, and it's scary to say the least. And then predictably, eventually, there is a third kind of content that comes out, which is people talking about the many problems and failures of these platforms. Hi. That's where you're at right now. These three categories of content really cover the whole spread of how people are interacting with these platforms, and it gives us a pretty predictable idea of where things are going to go into the future. Okay, so we've made a couple of videos about Temu already, which will give you a general idea of how these platforms work generally, but I'm gonna give you a quick up to speed here. So those viral, super widely shared pieces of content made by creators unboxing stuff, that is a very deliberate part of the marketing plan for these platforms. They talk about the insanely low prices or the strange and wild novelty products that you can get, but they are always kind of a dupe or low quality version of the thing that you think you're getting. Because the purpose of this kind of content is not to offer shoppers what they actually want, but to grab people's attention and get them to buy something spontaneously. But this is only possible if you have people who are willing to sell the stuff in question. Now, in our previous video, we talked about drop shipping, which is destroying small businesses by basically stealing people's ideas and then reproducing them for a fraction of the cost by unnamed factories around the world. It's quite a lot. You should really just watch that video. But this is what the typical drop shipper workflow might look like. Basically, a person goes online, they find a factory somewhere that is producing something that seems to be sellable on some of these platforms, and then they will register as a seller or buy stock and then try to price and package it strategically to try and clear out everything that they've bought in order to make a profit. This is why you will find the exact same pair of daisy earrings on Etsy, Temu, Amazon simultaneously. But this is where TikTok Shop is changing the game because influencers are now becoming drop shippers. So obviously I'm not saying that, influencers promoting products on the internet is like a new concept. That's just blatantly not true. But the way that TikTok has designed their interface to allow people to sell stuff online is going to change everything forever. And it's clearly working. According to CNBC, we're seeing numbers like $32 million per day in the US alone. Apparently it's already doing better than Meta and Pinterest in driving sales, and these numbers are only supposed to go up. And a quick reminder here, this is a social media platform competing with online marketplaces. But let's back up a little bit, because if you don't understand how influencers currently work, you won't really understand how TikTok is going to change that. Influencers, like myself, make money through a variety of means. AdSense here on YouTube is one of the biggest. Brand deals and affiliate links are basically kind of the core three. TikTok's revelation is in the affiliate world, and I've done affiliate marketing in the past, and it's probably my least favorite way of making a living online because it forces you to just blatantly promote stuff because the only way that you make money is on the conversions that you get. You make a commission off of every single sale, and those commissions and conversions are notoriously hard to track, and we've seen big companies in the past take advantage of this. But TikTok totally changes this. Right within the TikTok app, you can be watching a video of a guy using a very cool handheld vacuum, for example. And right in that video, you can click on the shop icon to add it directly to your cart. And yes, there are other apps that have integrated shop features on their platforms like Instagram, but TikTok is apparently just way better at it. Your payment information is already stored within the app. All you have to do is click Pay Now, and it's all done. This is what is known as a shoppable video, which is pretty self-explanatory, but they also have live shopping experiences too. If you're old, like myself, you probably remember those channels on cable television back in the day, literally called the shopping channel. Well, TikTok is basically just creating the 2025 version of that, but like on steroids. There are hundreds of creators at any given time just doing live stream presentations, basically demonstrating a bunch of different products that people can choose to buy directly from the stream itself. But what I thought was actually really telling, in the research for this video, we found out that the shopping channel is actually still running. Like, it's live today. You can go and watch the shopping channel in 2025. Like, of all of the changes that have happened in our media landscape in the last 30 years, somehow the shopping channel persists. So from a creator standpoint, this is like getting a job at a restaurant that pays you below minimum wage because they expect their customers to tip the staff. YouTube, for all of its problems, we actually had a whole video planned that we never ended up releasing, is actually the gold standard when it comes to influencers being able to make a living. The AdSense revenue share system that we get here on this channel is the bulk of the income that we make. And with sponsors and Patreon only being like a quarter to a third of what we make in a month. TikTok does have a version of this. It's called the Creator Fund. To YouTube, and they've really pushed this shop feature as a way to make up for it. They've also opened it up to almost anyone with even a bit of a following to participate. You only need like 1,000 followers to join. And look, this is, I guess, better than other options, and it has driven a lot of creators to the platform, and I suppose there are people making real livings from this kind of content, but it is nothing compared to a revenue share model. And actually, in many ways, it's a lot worse than you could have ever expected, because I went down a rabbit hole to genuinely figure out how I could make some money on TikTok Shop, and it was terrifying. Okay, so I think I should preface this by saying that TikTok entrepreneurship isn't exactly a new phenomenon. There is a whole business world that specializes in selling stuff on these online platforms like Amazon and Etsy and Temu, and now TikTok Shop is just the latest one. This world exists, I guess, because these marketplaces are kind of complicated. They have their own rules and policies and algorithms that you have to spend quite a bit of time to figure out in order to be successful on. But the way that TikTok Shop has set up theirs is kind of mind-boggling. Now, sadly, we could not create a seller page on TikTok because we are Canadian. That's also why we're not eligible for the TikTok Creator Fund. But we did the next best thing, and we watched a whole bunch of those instructional videos that we mentioned earlier to figure out how this system might work. The first guy that we found was saying that we'd make $200 a day on TikTok Shop. The next guy said $600 a day. And pretty soon you realize that basically all the thumbnails for these kinds of videos are promoting how much money you can make selling on TikTok Shop. This is the entry level, because yes, there is layers to this that we are going to get into later. At this point, you're just a small-time influencer hoping to make some money, and the routine seems to be this. Go on to the TikTok Shop marketplace and take a look through the products that seem to be selling well, what the kind of sales volume is going to be, and whether or not there's a lot of competition. Figure out what kinds of videos are doing the best, and then basically just copy that and post it yourself.
I'm gonna show you exactly what products are selling well and the actual videos that I made. So pretty much all you'll have to do is copy and paste and hopefully be able to get some some of those same results yourself.
But what I thought was really amazing was the whole interface for sellers. The user experience as a seller on the platform is almost as easy and intuitive as it is for people just scrolling on the app. You can see which products are selling well with data visualizations and breakdowns of what you can expect to make off of each sale that you convert on. They make it as easy as possible for you to promote their stuff. They've even created these refundable samples as another incentive. Basically, you apply to get a free sample, which you pay for, and if you are successful in selling a certain amount of these products, then you will get a refund for the one that you bought.
It's not even a scheme per se, it's
And while that sounds like maybe a small deal, I honestly think that a lot of people would go out there and make a bunch of free promo for a company if they got a free product at the end of the day. Now, perhaps predictably, both of these guys are promoting their own newsletters and affiliate links throughout their videos. And the course selling online business guru thing is very consistent with every single one of the videos that we have watched. However, this one guy set the bar.
So this is you. After years of chasing this girl down, waiting for your chance, she's finally your girlfriend. And tonight, it happened. You lost your virginity, and it was everything.
This guy, robbed the bank, I guess is his name, made a full-on documentary about how to make money on TikTok Shop.
Most people go through life avoiding their biggest insecurities. But what if I told you everything you ever wanted is right on the other side of that?
But here's the craziest thing. The acting is not even bad. Like, this movie is disturbingly watchable. Like, once you put aside what the guy's wearing and like some of the absolutely cringy setups and lines that they use, like it's not even that bad. Like, I see how people could think that this is like really legit and awesome. The whole movie is basically rob the bank in his Lamborghini explaining to this young kid that all he needs to do is have vision and start selling stuff on TikTok Shop to be more like him, or build a billion-dollar brand or whatever he says. But more importantly, it is also a giant ad for his online course called the $1 Million Brand Club. Should I join the $1 Million Brand Club, you guys? Like, should I pay the money to become a member of the $1 Million Brand Club? The movie could be a subject of its own entire video, but it actually gets worse. All right, so shift your perspective. Now we are looking at this whole world through the eyes of a seller, which is the next level of this system. And I'm just gonna let this guy explain how it works. Turns out that the creators and the influencers that we were looking at in the previous couple of videos are just the labor that makes the content that's promoting the products that these sellers are making a commission on. This guy then goes on to explain how they use AI bots to message thousands of influencers and creators to try and get them to sell products for them. And for a minute, it all kind of feels like they're showing you a treasure map or something that they've figured out through years of research and development. But then I found that this whole system is explained on TikTok's website. Like, the app itself is showing you how to game and farm out your work to influencers on their own platform to promote products. But I knew as soon as I saw this guy using AI to send out these bots, I was like, oh my fucking God, I know what's coming. I know what's coming, and maybe you do too. Yes, you are right. The newest frontier of TikTok Shop promotion is using fake fucking AI influencers. In this video, the guy explains how he was losing so much money and having to pay actual fucking people to promote all this random crap. And so he did what any strapping entrepreneurial person would do in 2025. And they got AI people to do it for them. Like, we have this dude spending what I can only imagine is a couple of hours creating this AI avatar, building this script, tweaking the speed and pitch of her voice and stuff to sell some rainbow dust. Like, I don't even know if that's an actual real product at this point. That could just be something that people then get scammed into buying. That's not even real. At this point, I think I have two minds here, because I think if you're an influencer who just wants to make a little commission on the side, and I guess it's pretty harmless to make one of these videos to promote something and make some commission. Creating content exclusively to sell stuff online is not really that far from what I'm doing right now. Like I've chosen to make a very specific video because I believe that it's going to get more views and therefore result in more ads and more money for me. But becoming a seller is a whole other level. Becoming a seller, dedicating hours and hours and hours of your life to finding products that mean absolutely nothing to you, that you've never tried, that are probably a scam, and then creating AI avatars to trick people into thinking that this real person is recommending this thing is just, it's so fucking bleak, dude. Like, get a job. Like, go to school, get a degree, get a job. Like, you're spending so much time just screwing people over. And here's a whole other side to it. There's a whole industry of people who are designing and building these systems and these AI bots to help these people do this. Like, there's so many layers here. What I dislike the most about AI generally, but also the TikTok shop system in general, is that the whole point is to not do anything yourself. Like, the implication is that doing work yourself or paying somebody an honest wage to do something real and good is like a waste of money. The goal is to make as much money as possible while spending the least amount of money and time and effort to do it. And that's just not how the world works. Like, that's not how humanity has achieved any of the amazing things that it's done over the last fucking whatever million years that we've been on Earth, you know? Like, if I paid the absolute minimum possible amount of money to make these videos for this channel, I would probably make more money. I would definitely have more money. Like, if I paid my editor garbage, which I already don't pay him enough, but like, if I paid him way less money, he would edit me to look like a fucking idiot right now. I don't understand how people think that it's gonna somehow work out for them in a karma way. Like, maybe they'll be financially better off, but like, do you not just feel like you're an asshole? Yeah, so this one was a depressing research rabbit hole for me. It was like, it was just, you sometimes find yourself in certain weird parts of human society and you're like, oh, this sucks. I wish I didn't know that this part existed. And this is it. This is one of the ones for me. Now, as a content creator, I know that I'm always kind of walking the line between a brand promoter and like a genuinely creative person. And making a living creating videos online for me has just been an absolute dream. So maybe it's a little bit harder for me to see a platform just completely invest themselves into this content farm AI slop garbage to just generate a bunch of money for like no reason. I made a reel a while back about how hard it is to get brand deals as a creator who actually gives a shit about something. And I didn't even know about this then. It is going to become so much harder for people online to know what the hell is real or fake anymore. To not fall into these traps that these billion-dollar platforms are setting up for us to fall into. I don't know how long we'll be able to create content like this, you know? Like, we're a team of 3 people. All of us make the same wage off of this channel, by the way. Like, we split 100% of the revenue that this channel makes 3 ways. We don't use any AI for anything. We write all of our own scripts. We make all of our own thumbnails. We edit every part of these videos. And we aren't always promoting something. We try really hard to not integrate ads as much as we possibly can because we'd love to fund it other ways, and we know that it's annoying. But it seems like we're all just getting pushed further and further towards this inevitably, endlessly monetized online experience. I think that we're gonna see a splitting of the internet. We're gonna see people who just don't care and don't mind AI, wanna exist in like whatever space is the easiest and most comfortable for them. And then there's going to be people who are drawn to the human experience and they want to connect with people authentically and they want to have some kind of connection to the content that they're consuming. We are hopefully going to be on that latter side of that conversation. And if you enjoy what we're making and you want to see more of it, you want to see us succeed, you can financially support us on Patreon. We have a Discord server over there where we talk with the people who watch our content and we put our videos out there early and we create bonus content on there sometimes. It's the only way that creators genuinely have a way to monetize their content outside of advertising. That's the end of my pitch. Thanks for being here. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. This was a dark one. We did it. We did it together. We'll talk in the next video. And if you want to chat in the meantime, check out our Discord. I love you. Bye.